but we got a game later today. All right? Hey, we got a game later today.
And Shohei Ohtani's showing his teammates what he plans to do. One day after he hits 2 home runs and reaches base 9 times, which is 3 more than anybody ever had in a World Series game, Shohei Ohtani, for the first time, pitches in the Fall Classic.
Yeah, he has so many ways to get you out. His pitching record will speak for itself because he's got just a half a season under his belt. But there's the many ways he can get you out. He's one of the greatest athlete I've ever seen. And we'll see what his legs are like. His fastball's electric. Everything's electric. Can he have the stamina and the mental discipline to get through what he did last night and get through a game on the mound? We'll talk that through as the game goes on.
He's in his 2nd season with the Dodgers. His first as a two-way guy. Finished off his recovery back from his 2nd Tommy John surgery midway through this season. So he started pitching in June. Normally a guy comes back from Tommy John, it's going to take him some time. But what did Ohtani do? He had a 2.87 ERA. He had the highest strikeout rate in baseball. And into the postseason as a pitcher for the first time. He beats the Phillies in Game 1 of the Division Series. He has a game for the ages in the clinching game of the CS with 10 strikeouts over 6 scoreless innings while he hits 3 home runs. And now he gets it going in the World Series. The umpiring crew will line up this way with John Tumpane calling balls and strikes. The Dodgers 2 wins away from becoming the first repeat champion since the New York Yankees at the turn of the century. The Blue Jays, meanwhile, trying to steal one of these next 2 games to get this back to Canada for a Game 6. With Springer out, it's Nathan Lucas to lead things off. Off of that 18-inning epic. Off we go in Game 4 with a fastball. Up and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
Early on, the adrenaline is going to be kicking pretty good for Ohtani. So see if the Toronto Blue Jays can keyhole his fastball and not chase it out of the strike zone.
Popped up down the left field line. Kike Hernandez is over to the sidewall. Makes the catch. Wow! Fresh off of last night's craziness, it's a highlight defensive play to start Game 4.
Didn't have to mess with any spectators. Ohtani's like, thank you very much.
And the other Hernandez applause.
This is the matchup I wanted to see. These are 2 of the greatest stars in our game, and offensively they have done a nice job and slowed down Guerrero. No extra base hits, pitching them tough.
Guerrero fouls off a first pitch fastball. As aggressive as we've seen him go out of the zone, he's been so locked in. Dodgers have really pitched him tough in this series. He's been on base 7 times, but does not have an extra base hit. Has not knocked in a run. 0-2.
Of the breaking balls, the slower breaking ball is the only pitch that's going to give Guerrero fits, in my opinion. He can hit just about everything else.
Ohtani gets him on 3 pitches. And by the way, thanks to Sydney Sweeney for our opening video piece today. Her new film, Christie, will be in theaters on November 7th. 2 up and 2 down for Shohei Ohtani in this first inning. And here's Bo Bichette.
I know a lot of people think and thought, and probably still believe I'm crazy, but this is where he's the most comfortable, is on the mound. I know his offensive numbers are going to trump anything that I can explain as a starting pitcher, but this guy is unbelievable in his athleticism to repeat his mechanics and throw pitches that we just don't get a chance to see because he's been hurt for a while. Well, now he's healthy.
Doing Babe Ruth type stuff, but he's done it for a longer stretch than the Babe did. 2 outs. Bo Bichette swings and misses at a fastball at 98. But Bichette up to hit 3rd now with everybody sliding up with Springer out. Bichette was 2 for 4, knocked in a run and scored a run yesterday before John Schneider got very aggressive with his bench, unloaded it as that game went on. Just misses there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Blue Jays have to do something in tonight's game to shock the system of Ohtani. Right now he's riding a tidal wave of success and emotion.
Man, that sweeper looks good.
like I said, he can break a ball in so many different ways. He can throw it slower. He can throw the slider tighter. He can split finger you underneath the barrel, and then he can ride the fastball up in the zone that you're going to have a hard time catching up with.
Looking for a 1-2-3 first. Bichette takes it away. Shane Bieber ready to throw his first pitch momentarily. The 2-2. Lays off again, and he's worked it full. It's amazing what Bo Bichette has done, having not played in a month and a half, coming back into this World Series, and in 3 games hitting above 400. The payoff. Bichette takes ball 4, and the Jays have their first base runner.
I mean, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to really battle a guy who can throw a lot of pitches in the strike zone and pick and choose their moments to make him work as hard as possible. The fatigue factor is in his mind that you block out until it becomes so real you can't block it out. It's going to be real at some point in tonight's game.
Inning kept alive for the powerful Addison Barger. 2 more hits yesterday. Over the top of the curve, he slows it down to 76. That's a 23-mile-per-hour differential.
But that's what I'm talking about. People that have never pitched, they don't understand when I make the comments that he has the ability to manipulate a baseball as good as anybody I've ever seen. Top to bottom, right to left. You got to have great mechanics and touch to be able to throw these kind of pitches, the 5 and 6 that he has. And I'm telling you, he could survive with just his fastball. That's how good his fastball is. But it's almost like a show pitch.
For Shohei, he's got 7 different pitches. And really, with his breaking pitches, you can slice those up differently. It can become 9 or 10 different pitches.
Absolutely. And his release point, sometimes a little lower. And he will sweep that curveball across the zone.
What you're talking about, hitting something that he does. Pitching, if you ask him, is who he is.
Yep.
His whole life, this is what he's dreamt of. Pitching in the big leagues, pitching in the World Series. 31-year-old from Oshu, Japan. The Barger with a 2-1 pitch. A fastball right down Broadway, 2-2.
And where we'll talk throughout the game is why the legs are so important for a pitcher. It's the fastball consistency. When your legs are a little tired, you lose your upper body a little too much. You pull that fastball. That plane in which he threw that ball, unhittable, because it stays right there.
Lays off a curve. Couple Blue Jays working deep counts against him. Bichette drew the walk. And we'll get a head start here with a 3-2 to Barger. One of the hottest Blue Jays hitters. Over his last 8 games, Barger's hitting .385 with 3 home runs. Jays looking for that big swing early. Here it comes. A shot left side. Muncy able to get there and keeps it in the infield, but it's a hit for Barger, and it's a chance for the Jays in the first.
Well, they had some chances up until about the 10th inning, and here's what the Jays can get a win out of this inning already by the fact that 2 outs pretty quickly, and now the last 2 batters have put that pitch count, in a place where it could add up. A bullpen that's depleted.
You look back at yesterday's game as Alejandro Kirk comes to the plate. There were just so many moments that felt like they could be the moment that kept on getting topped and topped again and topped by an even bigger one. Kirk had one of those early moments. A 3-run home run that gave the Blue Jays the lead. 5 out of 10 in this Fall Classic with 2 long balls. Tied with Cal Raleigh this year. Sandy Alomar for the most home runs by a catcher in a single postseason. And this is not necessarily his game. He's found that power stroke in October. Pops it up. Right side of the diamond. Last night's hero, Freddie Freeman, waits on it to come down. He finishes off and scored his first inning for Shohei Ohtani, who'll go into the phone booth, get changed, and ready to lead off.